Hi there, you're welcome back to this session of my YouTube channel tutorial. So in this video, I'm going to take you through some problems on functions. So we'll be finding domain of some given functions. If this is the first time being on this channel, please kindly subscribe to support and watch this video to the end. So I have some transcendental functions here which you want to find domain of, right? So let's see. I have f of x here, right? So f of x is equal to natural log of what x, right? So what's the domain of natural log of x? To start, the domain of logarithmic functions says you shouldn't put anything in its argument which is negative, which is negative. Yeah, which is negative. So you should not put anything here for us to what? Like any negative number, right? You shouldn't put any negative number in the argument of log. Then also, so we just have to state the conditions. Please, if you've not watched the video on logarithmic functions and the other transcendental functions, kindly visit those videos so that you understand. It's very good. Then also it should not be zero. Okay, it should not be zero. So for every argument of this, it should not be negative, neither should it be what, zero, right? So meaning that our x should be greater than or what, equal to what, zero. X should be greater than or equal to 0. So our domain is such that x is a member of all real numbers where x is greater than or equal to 0. As simple as that. This is a logarithmic function. So let's see the second one. F of x is equal to log 5 1 minus 3x. So in all cases, we are considering the argument here because this is what affects it, or this is what will prevent the function being defined, right? So let's see. So 1 minus 3x, as I said, should be greater than or equal to 0 so far as we are dealing with log. Okay, so meaning that I'm going to have this solved as 1 is greater than or equal to 3x and x is what, less than or equal to what, 1 out of 3. Is that not it? So meaning that my domain is given as x is such that x is a member of all real numbers where x is less than or equal to 1 out of what, 3, right? Yeah, so that should be x. Now let's see the third one. The third one happens to be what, an exponential function. So I have f of x is given as e to the power 1 over x plus 1 then minus x. So this is a composite, a very big composite function here. I have an exponential function whose power happens to be a what, a rational function, and this one is a radical an algebraic function. So the power of our e is an algebraic function, having 1 over x plus 1 being a rational number minus what, a monomial. So with this, what are some of the terms of x that will make our function undefined? Remember that if you have an exponential function will take in all inputs, right? It will take in all inputs. So for that reason, our domain here would only be restricted when x here is equal to -1. Remember, because this is the part that will make this function undefined. So just say that x plus 1 is equal to 0 and x should be at -1. So for x at -1, our function become undefined because this power here becomes undefined, making the entire thing undefined. For that reason, we will say that our domain is x is such that x is a member of all real numbers, right? Where x is not equal to -1. That's all. Then the fourth one. The fourth one is both exponential and logarithmic. So e to the power x squared minus 1 plus natural log of absolute of x plus 1. So let's see. So right now I told you that in our previous video on exponential function can take any input, okay? It can take any input. So for that reason, our focus should match on the natural log here, where we know that logarithmic functions should not take in what, negative numbers as well as 0. But in this sense, because this absolute here will produce negative a positive result, meaning that our x here can be what? Any number, right? Our x here can be any number. Is that not it? If I put 0 here, you realize that I'll get ln 1 and that is valid. If I put 0 here, I will get ln 1 and that is valid. But take note, if I have x and I have plus 1 equals 0, x should have been what? Negative 1. So negative 1 should have been the term that would cause this function to be undefined. But remember, it's an absolute. So there is no way x here can be what? Negative 1. Remember, there is no way x can be negative. Hence, this function simply have a domain which is x is such that x is a member of all real numbers. There is no entry that will make this function undefined, because whatever you put here being a negative or positive, whatever you put 0 will still be defined. So this is the end of this video. Thank you for being with me. Don't forget to like, you subscribe, and you also share.